In this video, we will see how to set up and configure the data collection with child workflow. So to start, we will need a couple of folders and a questionnaire file. To create these files, let's navigate to Orbitax Drive first. I'm going to create these folders inside a custom drive, so let's create one from the Actions menu. To make new folders, we have to click on the Actions button and then click on Create New Folder. We're going to name the first one Entity Data by Country. And the second one, Merged Entity Data. To create the questionnaire, we have to click on the Create New Questionnaire option from the Actions button. And we are going to name it Entity Data. As we are collecting entity data, we are going to import all the fields or headers from our project settings tool into this questionnaire with this Add ITP Fields option from the Actions button. In the Select Source section, we are going to choose Entity Data and then select all of these fields or headers and transfer them into this questionnaire by this Transfer button. After that, we are going to click on Done. If we navigate to the grid view, you can see that we have a blank questionnaire now with the headers of our entities, same as we would have in our Entities module of the Project Settings tool. We have 3 entities in our project settings, so our workflow will make 3 copies of the questionnaire which we just made. We are now ready to create our workflow. Let's navigate back to the Workflows module in our E.A.T tool and go inside the Data Collection folder. We're going to click on the parent template first. Then we have to click on the Create Workflow button to start editing our workflow. We will get this option to add a title to our workflow and where to store it. As we are creating our data collection workflow, the data collection folder will be selected automatically. The description here is optional. We are going to name the template Data Collection Parent Template and then click on Done. This is the editing mode of our workflow. We can add or remove nodes here and configure our nodes by clicking on them. As this is a pre-made template, we don't have to worry about the add and remove part. We just have to configure our nodes. Before we do anything here, let's go back and create our child workflow as well. So we have to go back here and click on the second template. The steps are the same. We will click on the Create Workflow button and give it a name. We will call this one Data Collection Child Template. We have to configure 2 of these nodes in this template, the Include Parents, Children, and Siblings node and the Copy File node. So let's click on the first node here and then click on the gear icon. We have to configure this node based on the entities we have in our project settings. If we have parents or children, we can just tick these boxes, then click on Done. Now we need to configure our copy file node. We need to specify a source file and a destination folder. This is where the folders and questionnaire we created in the beginning comes in. So in the source path, we are going to choose our questionnaire file. And we are going to choose the entity data by country in the destination folder. In the name format, if we write group name with square brackets, this creates copies of our questionnaire by the names of our countries we have in our project settings. We can then click on Done. Now that our child template is ready, we can link it to our parent template. Let's go back and start configuring the nodes of our parent template. We have to configure 3 nodes in this template: the entity filter by group, launch it workflow, and the copy file nodes. In the entity filter by group node, we are going to choose country of residence, as we want to filter our entities by countries. And in the launch it workflow node, we are going to link our child template. So let's select our child workflow from this drop-down. You can also select roles for this node. These roles will be the managers of different countries like US manager, China manager, and so on. The last one is our copy file node. We are going to choose the questionnaire again in the source, and in the destination we will select the merge entity data folder. This node will merge all our questionnaire from the entity data by country folder into this folder, and we will name it combined questionnaire. Now we are done with configuring our workflow and it is ready to be launched. That is all for this video. In the next video, we will see the execution part of this workflow.